While I know too much like so, guys, welcome back. Is there any food, right, that you would not eat, no matter how delicious that is? Like, is there any? Drop a comment, because honestly, I know that there are some people who don't eat certain foods, no matter how delicious, no matter how many people eat that thing, they don't eat it. Okay, I asked this question because today's video is about Hilda Baci being dragged, or yeah, she was dragged basically for eating dog meat publicly on social media. I'm Virtue Grace. Okay, before we go, I'm Virtue Grace. I live in Lagos, Nigeria, and I sit down on my couch like this to tell stories sometimes when necessary. When I'm not doing that, I make travel videos. I also make lifestyle videos. So if those are the kind of things you like to see, then welcome to the right place. Kindly click on that subscribe button. Okay, when you do, tap on the bell and select all. That way you will always be the first to know when I post a new video or I do a live stream. If you are returning, thank you for coming back. Right, so Hilda Baci went to her state, Akwa Ibom State, and attended the inauguration of the current governor of Akwa Ibom State. She's from Akwa Ibom State, right? Yeah, in case you're asking who is Hilda Baci, last month Hilda Baci took Nigeria and Africa in general by storm, because she attempted to break the current Guinness World Record for the longest, cooking hours, and she actually broke the record and even set a new record of over 100 hours. And even though Guinness World Records is yet to confirm that, according to them, they are still reviewing her evidences and are yet to give her a feedback as to whether she has actually broken and set a new record by their standards and all. We're still waiting on that, but she has attained the celebrity status, and she's basking in it. Good for her. We are all happy for her. I mean, we all went out rooting for her. Even those of us who couldn't make it physically, we were rooting for her online, and everything went well. It was successful, and we're waiting for a feedback. Hopefully, fingers crossed, she gets it right. So while that is waiting, she went to her state to attend the governor's inauguration on the 29th of May. Now we've transitioned into a new democratic dispensation with new administrations across several states in Nigeria. Nigeria has 36 states and the federal capital where the president sits. Okay, now when she went to her state, she went with some other people. One of her friends, Annie who is also a Nigerian influencer. They went together. Annie was also one of the prominent hype person, that was there at her cookathon, hyping her. While there, of course, they were exploring the Akwa Ibom cuisine, and in the process, Hilda introduced Annie to a delicacy that is eaten by people from Akwa Ibom State, okay, and tried to convince Annie to have it. Annie, not being from Akwa Ibom State, first was hesitant. I said, no, he won't eat. And in case you don't know Annie is an influencer that, does a lot of eating. Like his influence is really about food and all of that. He eats a lot, and so for the first time he was like, no, he wasn't going to eat that. Okay, Hilda tried to convince him to eat it.
We have various aqua food. Hilda?
This is plantain porridge. This is ekpan koko. This is atama soup. This is afiaifere. This is afam soup. This is elitan soup. This is fisherman soup. And then we have different assortments of meat and swallow. Fufu. And you make fufu.
With palm wine.
And then we also have palm wine.
And dog meat. Dog meat, you people. Aja, one saja. We will try this one today. You guys, I know. This is dog meat. We're going to try dog meat for the very first time. Me, I not try. If that try, you tell us how it is. Because I cannot try. You want me to eat dog? As you eat dog.
Will you die?
You for yes, I will die.
Just this one.
Whether he eventually ate it or not, it wasn't shown in the clip, okay? But as soon as this clip hit the internet, hey, outrage. There was this particular lady who came up, made a video and said she's the president of Dog Lovers Association, something like that, and she called Hilda out for, you know, eating dog meat and actually called for her to be cancelled. So it sparked outrage. Those who are for eating dog meat were reacting. Those who are against eating dog meat were also reacting.
So Hilda, what you're trying to tell me is that my son is a delicacy to you. That Arthur is food. You're trying to tell me that if you see my son, what you see is a delicacy. What you see is spice and pepper. And what you're going to put together to make him taste better. And you even have the effort to tell him that if you eat it, will you die? That means you have no pity. You have no emotion. You have no empathy whatsoever. Do you know how dogs are killed? Do you know the method they use in slaughtering these dogs? They don't even slaughter them. They don't just slaughter dogs. They use something to hit their head. They have very cruel, wicked ways that they kill these dogs before they eat them. And you say what? You should try it. You make dog meat. You put it on your plate and want to see that Nigerians are eating dogs. Dog lovers, we cannot take this. We will not take this. Please, let us make a stand. Cancel the dog eater. We do not eat dogs. Dogs are our babies. They are our babies. They are our family. Dog is not food. Dogs are not food. Thank you.
Do you eat dog meat? Are you a Nigerian? Which part of Nigeria are you from? Because I know that in Nigeria, there are some parts of Nigeria that eat dog meat. And the Akwa Ibom people, people in Calabar, Cross River State also eat. I know that because I've lived there before. I've seen them eating it. And I know that some people in Eastern Nigeria also eat dog meat. I don't know of any part of maybe northern Nigeria or the central part of Nigeria that eats dog meat. But if you know, drop a comment, or if you are there, drop a comment. Okay. Now I ask this to say that, you know, Nigeria is a very diverse country. We have several cultures and ethnicities in the country, different practices, different cuisine. It is not homogeneous, okay? So people eat different things in different regions as they please. Hilda eating dog meat sparked that reaction from, you know, the Dog Lovers Association and all. Now, if we are going to have this conversation objectively, we are all going to agree that we eat different things in the world, different things in Nigeria. I eat chicken, I eat beef, which is gotten from cow meat. There are some people in the world who do not eat cow meat, okay? Some of us eat fish. Other people don't eat fish, even here in Nigeria, right? We eat seafood. Some people don't eat seafood for different reasons, okay? So if we are going to take a stand and make a case for, say, animal cruelty, for instance, that would automatically mean that we are probably never going to eat animal source proteins again, because there are people who advocate for not eating beef, for instance, who advocate for not eating goat, for instance, not eating chicken, because the rationale is the fact that these people say animals are living things, they have life, they have emotions and all of that, which was one of the strong arguments of this dog lovers association president. She said dogs are like babies, dogs have emotions, they are this, that, and that. If we are going to have that argument, other animals also are living, they have families, they procreate, they do all of those things. So we might as well just give up on eating animal source protein and just focus on eating plants. Plants are also living things. Who knows? Maybe plants also have emotions. People are different. The world is not homogeneous. You would not always have people believe in the same things you believe in, adopt the same practices that you practice, and live life basically the way you do. And before you come for me, I don't eat dog meat, okay? I am actually from Benue State, and in my own culture, it's actually a taboo to eat dog meat. Yeah. We don't even joke with it. There are certain things that you don't even do with like dog meat. As a woman, I think I was told at some point growing up that even as a woman, you're not supposed to take a dog to the market to even go and sell or to even buy, because it's a taboo. That's how much my culture really puts a limitation on the kind of things you can do with dog. Yes, we keep dogs in the house as pets and all of that. We don't eat dog, okay? So the fact that I'm taking this stand doesn't mean I support Hilda Baci or because I eat dog meat. What I'm saying in essence is let people live their lives, because all across the world people eat different things, and because you don't eat it does not automatically give you the moral right or the moral authority to dictate to other people what they should or they shouldn't eat. Because if you don't eat dog, you eat what? Beef. Someone else doesn't eat beef, and that person who does not eat beef is going to lord it over you as a taboo or a crime, whatsoever you call it, for eating beef. The same way you are lording over another person and trying to cancel them for eating dog meat. So even the chicken we eat, some people will tell you, why should you eat chicken? You shouldn't eat chicken because they lay eggs, they have families. If you kill them, then you leave their children orphans and all of that. I honestly feel like with the way that globalization has gotten now, it seems like we think the world has become one, like a global village, and is homogeneous. So because we don't do certain things, other people shouldn't do it. But it is absolutely crazy and impossible. It is impossible, because even in my culture there are certain things we eat that if I probably share with you now, some of you might say, oh, cancel grace. Or if I share with you, you might look at me a certain way and say, simply because you don't eat them. But because you don't eat them doesn't mean I shouldn't eat them. As far as the things I eat do not harm you in any way, then what's the problem? What? Because even you watching me now with those eyes, I know there are certain things you eat that when you tell me you eat them, I'm going to, like, for a second be taken aback. But I'm not going to judge you. That is one thing. Live your life without judging people because they don't do things the way you do. Who told you that the way you live your life or do your things is superior to the way other people do their things? I mean, we come up online, we see Asians eating all sort of things every day, every now and then. And as much as people react and all of that, that is how they've lived their lives. That is how they know best how to live their lives. And we can't judge them, okay? In my culture, we eat crickets. We eat worms. What Southern Africans call, is it mpona or mpone worm, something, is black. I eat it because it's very, very, very nutritious. They are worms. Some of you don't eat them. But when you see me relishing it, in my own culture, the way we do, you might look at me and say, oh, what is that? Because I've actually seen people from Southern Africa who have shared on the internet that they eat worms and that they eat those worms, and people are like, oh, what is that? So let's learn to drink water and mind our businesses and give people a break. Let people live their lives the way they know best how to. And with this particular incident with Hilda, honestly, there were so many reactions, and I caught a few that I want to share as usual. Someone says there are hundreds of ethnicities in Nigeria. Some eat dogs, but others don't. And from where I come from, a dead dog is given burial as if it were a person. You hear that? So clearly, in his culture, they don't eat dogs, okay? And but going by this guy's name, Taylor, he's from my culture as well. When actually my culture, when a dog dies, you actually bury it. You don't just like leave it anyhow to decay and all of that. You bury it somewhere, right? So another person says, dog are human best friends. Why should a man taste the meat of his best friend? Nonsense. So this person here is reacting to the woman's position in that video, who said, why should Hilda eat dog meat because dog is man's best friend? Okay, Hilda is from Akwa Ibom State, same as myself. We eat wild dog, not pets. Dog is a delicacy in my place, and if you don't like it, please go to court. This one says, Hilda doesn't need the permission of the internet community to know what meat she should eat. If dog is a choice of meat, how is it anyone's business? Okay, goat is my pet. I wonder why people eat it. There's another person's comment. In my country, Sierra Leone, eating dog is a taboo. Same as in my culture and in some other parts of Nigeria, because like I said, not all Nigerians eat dog meat, okay? We need to get that out, because this is how stereotypes actually are formed. You know, some people on the internet who are ignorant and don't bother to research might just run with this idea that, oh, Hilda Baci ate dog meat, so Nigerians eat dog meat, because of course, like I said, she has attained a celebrity status and people now know her because of the cookathon she embarked on to enter the Guinness Guinness World Record book, or Guinness Book of World Records, for the longest cooking hours. So people might say, oh, she's a Nigerian, Nigerians eat dog meat. No, not all Nigerians eat dog meat, okay? I don't eat dog meat. This person here in Sierra Leone saying it. Yeah, so I just needed to put that out. Another person says, dog meat is acceptable in my country, Liberia. We cook it for occasions. Nice for eating. This is Liberia. Another person said here, some people have cows as pets, some goats, some dogs, some lions, some hens, some antelopes, and people still eat all these animals. I think it can only be considered as an offense if someone kill my pet for food without my consent. My. She's not eating it but tasting it. Remember, she's a chef who cooks for people. If she has a customer who wants her to cook dog, should she decline? Please leave her alone. As someone says, some people eat dogs here in Nigeria. I don't eat it. That's someone's comment. Exactly. And then, of course, celebrities also reacted, and those who are from Akwa Ibom State. Reality star on former BB Niger housemate, Queen Mercy Atang, reacted, and she said, what's all this, ma'am? In Akwa Ibom State, it is called 404. I mean 404 with fresh palm wine. Yummiest. Come and change our culture for us now. Culture that is NAFDAC approved. Mbok, kuyade sit oh. Try leave Hilda and our 404 alone for us. Mbok. Another Akwa Ibom celebrity, Eve Essien, said, I beg, I no listen finish. I eat 404 wella. These are Akwa Ibom people. Another person, this is Okon Lagos, also from Akwa Ibom State. Basically just talking about, you know, the fact that they eat dog meat. It's a long comment, very long. The fact that they eat dog meat is their culture, is the practice in Akwa Ibom and Cross River, and she shouldn't come and start lording over them because she keeps dogs as pets. So because of that, people should not eat dog meat again. So, you know, it went on and on, talking about some people eating primate. Yeah, some people eat monkeys. Even in my own culture, thief culture, people eat monkey. You see? So different, like, if we are going to take this moral stand, trust me, we are not ever going to eat any form of animal protein again. So like I said, let's just you know, take a chill pill, let people live their lives. We see all across the world people eat different things, and you know, the argument some people put forth for, you know, why Hilda shouldn't eat dog meat publicly is because it's going to have a negative reputation on her brand, knowing that now it's an international brand. And in case you don't know, Hilda is actually a chef. She has a restaurant. Okay, her mom is also a chef and has a restaurant. So the argument is that some people think it's going to affect her brand internationally now, and especially with the fact that she's trying to get this Guinness World Record title, which Guinness hasn't actually confirmed and given her a feedback on, that it was unwise for her to have eaten it. And then the argument then becomes, are we going to shy away from our various cultures or hide our cultures because we are trying to play to certain Western narratives? That's a question we need to answer, okay? And I'm reiterating, okay, I don't eat dog meat, and one thing I'm not going to do is sit here and assume a moral position or authority to dictate to people what they should or they shouldn't eat, as far as it's not causing any harm to people's health on a global scale or on a larger scale, not going to become a pandemic because they ate something. Then people, just live your lives, okay? Because I also live my life. I do my thing. So do you. Just make sure you don't harm people, okay? Yeah, so that's it, guys, from me. What do you think? Drop a comment. I always ask, because I want to know your opinion as well. If you've not subscribed, remember to click on that subscribe button. When you do, tap on the bell and select all. That way you'll always be the first to know when I post a new video or I do a live stream. And if you're returning, thank you so much for returning. I love you guys so much. Share this video, okay? It's an interesting conversation to have, actually. And happy new month. I forgot to say that it is June, my birth month. My birthday is actually on the 6th, okay? So I've started accepting gifts in cash and kind. Send them, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care. Virtue Grace, the African storyteller, signing out. Bye. Mwah. Shortly after recording this video and just before uploading it, I noticed that Hilda's Twitter account has been suspended. I don't know if that is connected to this controversy about eating dog meat online, but I'll keep you guys posted.